The abolition of council tax benefit represents a major change for local authorities and affects some 6 million claimants across the UK. The localism agenda requires all billing authorities to design and implement localised schemes for the payment of support for council tax for their residents who are on limited means. Because there's been a cut in funding, along with this, of some 10% in terms of the funding from central government, as well as the fact that pensioners are exempt from these changes, this means that local authorities have had to design schemes which create new liabilities for people who were either receiving existing support or had very small amounts of council tax to pay. Whilst local authorities have been able to design their schemes and take into account local factors in terms of customer needs and the pressure of local demographics, this does face them with the significant challenge of recovering small amounts of council tax from many thousands of people who are facing bills that they have to deal with for the first time. Because the pressures on local authority finances have been quite acute in recent years, this means balancing effective recovery of these debts against the cost effectiveness of the recovery methods which are deployed. Because this change affects many millions of working age claimants across the country, this means that recovery methods need to be tailored for the sort of debts which are being created. Given the potential peaks in customer demand across the billing cycle, as local authorities send reminders, bills and summonses out through the recovery process, this will also place considerable increased demand on customer services as local authorities strive to meet service standards in terms of dealing with queries, whatever the channel that customers are using to access their services. We've been working with a range of local authorities in the implementation and design of their local council tax schemes because different authorities have different pressures and priorities in how these schemes are implemented. This means that there's a wide diversity of approaches that have been deployed across our client portfolio. But this also means that we've had to tailor our solutions and approaches in terms of what individual authorities need in terms of meeting these demands. When it comes to the sort of solutions that we're able to deploy, either for a council tax recovery process which is fully managed by ourselves, or the contingency resources that we are able to provide on a resilience basis to meet ad hoc or unexpected peaks in demand, it means that the additional pool of resources and expertise which is available to our local authority clients can be deployed at relatively short notice to meet this additional activity as it hits local authorities throughout the year and in line with the recovery process. In terms of the most effective means of recovering these debts, what we've found is that the proactive intervention early in the process, providing customers with as much assistance and guidance as is sensible in the circumstances, given their ability to pay and their need to balance the payment of council tax against other debt. This avoids blockages further in the process in terms of going too dogmatically down a prescribed recovery process, whilst explaining as appropriately as possible to customers why these debts now fall to them to pay in terms of meeting their council tax liabilities. Because local authorities have got different pressures from their customers, these resources can be profiled well in advance in terms of the anticipated demand that will fall on revenue services or customer services, and smooth the recovery process in such a way that it doesn't have an impact on normal collection levels or in any way adversely affect the normal smooth administration of council tax bills or the recovery of council tax debt. Because this process is not prescribed, it is a genuine means of meeting both the expectations and needs of our local authority clients, but is also tailored to meet the needs and expectations of their customers.